D2 Word Life here with Rip 18 Seconds Man Tides.
Go fuck yourself, bitch. At least I'm not John Lauren Giannis' fucking biggest fanboy.
I never claimed I was either. That's also you.
Nope, that's you.
Nah.
That's why you talk like this.
No, I do not talk like this on a regular basis.
Yes, you do.
But anyway, enough with the freaking joking around. Today we were reviewing your dang pick, which was WrestleMania 28, and yes, I admit I had this event in my back pocket as one of my choices too, by the way. And it took place on April 1st, 2012, at the Sun Life Stadium in Miami, Florida, with an attendance of 78,363, and the commentators for this event was your boy Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and Jim Ross, who was the commentator for the Hell in a Cell match.
I absolutely forgot that was the end of the era match.
Yeah, and then a shout out to the pre-show match, which was Epico and Primo successfully defending their tag team titles against Gabriel and Tyson Kidd and the Usos in a triple threat match. And then Lillian Garcia freaking sang America the Beautiful, and then we got the opening hype package featuring The Rock versus Cena and Taker versus Triple H matches.
Yep.
And then we go on to the first match of the night, which was World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan defending against the 2012 Royal Rumble winner Sheamus. And how about you talk about what happened?
Literally, Sheamus's freaking entrance played. Daniel Bryan's entrance played. They go to the ring. Daniel Bryan says, wait after the bell rings for a second. Gets the kiss of death by AJ Lee. And then, pro kick. 1, 2, 3, end.
Wow, it took you 14 seconds to talk about that match.
I spent 4 seconds saying that's the match.
But yeah, that happened. That only took about 18 seconds to do. It was a crap way to start off this show.
What are you talking about? It was funny.
And yes, I do admit this match was the unofficial start of the Yes movement that Daniel Bryan would go on and stuff like that.
They already had the Yes. Well,
it was the catalyst.
Yes movement. It was the No movement.
Well, this was kind of like the unofficial start to everything, but that doesn't change the fact that this match still sucked. And yes, Daniel Bryan and Sheamus would have a way better match a month later at the 2012 Extreme Rules, but as far as WrestleMania goes, their match sucked. It was a glorified fucking squash. No one wanted that.
What are you talking about? That was amazing.
Maybe to you, but to everyone else, it was crap. I am part of the majority that says it was crap.
I'm part of the minority that said it was awesome.
Yeah, only 2 people thought that outcome was awesome. That was you and Sheamus. Anyway.
Fuck you.
Anyway, after that squash world title match, we go to the back where your favorite team in WrestleMania history, Team Johnny, was backstage.
No. That was you.
And they were discussing, and then The Miz said
that was you because you got to enjoy seeing the original kid. Excuse me.
Of course, they were talking among themselves who the team captain would be. Miz even said he should have been the team captain here, but then freaking David Otunga, who was the captain of the team, introduced freaking John Laurinaitis in the back, and Johnny told his team that he'd be going out there making history and that he would be the general manager of Raw and SmackDown. Which we all know, that was your favorite era.
Nope.
As a matter of fact, I remember you telling me that freaking you think John Laurinaitis was a better general manager than Eric Bischoff.
No, hell no. Eric Bischoff was a better freaking general manager than John Laurinaitis. And that is saying something.
Yeah, quit lying to yourself. You know you liked John Laurinaitis as the GM.
No, you like John Laurinaitis. You love people power.
Nope.
You wanted people power to survive.
Okay, before we move on here for a second, here's your opinion. Here's my personal question to you. Who do you think was a general manager of Raw? John Laurinaitis or Baron Corbin?
Oh God, they were both horrible.
Yeah, there's a question to ponder.
Brian Sleet the Fifth. I do not recognize that question.
Yeah, sure. But anyway, going back on subject here, our next match we're going to talk about, which I believe should be, which I just view as the official opening to the WrestleMania 28 here because, well, that first one doesn't count.
It counts.
I don't care. I'm talking, in the next match we have Randy Orton versus Kane here. And of course, this rivalry,
where he was hunted for months by the big red monster.
Yeah. It's like this feud kind of stemmed from, like, in July, or the summer or July, whatever you want to call it, of the previous year. Randy Orton defeated Kane in a street fight on SmackDown. Kane left for months on end, came back as remasked once again, and decided to reignite this rivalry with Randy Orton here. After Kane, back in the summer previous, uncharacteristically shook Randy Orton's hand after that match.
Well, it made him feel like he wasn't the monster anymore.
So I'm like, okay. So that's the story they're running with.
Or the big red demon.
Yep. So yeah, that's the story they're running with. It's like Orton did start that match off with a couple clotheslines to Kane to start. To start hitting Kane with, and then Kane hit Kane with clotheslines, and obviously fans were still pissed off about what happened literally moments ago because fans were still chanting the Daniel Bryan and yes chants at this point still. Right? You notice that too, watching this match, right?
Yeah.
When Kane did hit a running drop kick on Orton, who was seated in the ring, and then Kane freaking locked Orton in the most devastating hold in pro wrestling history, a chin lock. And at this point, the crowd was chanting boring. You know, I noticed that slight boring chant too, you know. Right?
Yeah, but you love how they kept putting chin lock, chin lock, chin lock, chin lock.
Of course, Orton broke out the first one, chin lock, and they exchanged punches back and forth until Kane got the upper hand by hitting an uppercut to Orton for a 2 count. Of course, no one's gonna freaking lose their match after hitting an uppercut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Kane freaking hit a sidewalk slam for a 2 count. Then Orton did battle back, got the momentum back by hitting a neck breaker on a Kane for another 2 count. Of course, his momentum didn't last too long because Kane took the advantage back when he set Orton into the top turnbuckle, followed by hitting a vertical suplex on Orton for a 2 count.
Yep.
And of course, the fans at this point really weren't into it, even though they were trying, right? At this point, they were still pissed off about that opening contest.
They were still left in shock with the 18 seconds, which I literally knocked it down to 14 seconds.
And of course, Kane tried another sidewalk slam, but Orton managed to freaking reverse it into a modified backbreaker for a 2 count. Right?
Yeah, but they were also anticipating the Undertaker and Triple H match.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Orton continued the momentum by delivering a power slam onto Kane, sending him and then whipping Kane into the freaking turnbuckle, sending him shoulder first to the turnbuckle. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Orton then managed to hit his signature draping DDT off the ropes. And then Orton was setting up for an RKO, but then Kane shoved him away, reversing it and then hit Orton in the face with a big boot.
Yeah.
And then Kane went for the pinfall, and surprisingly, it was another 2 count. No, unsurprisingly, I should say.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was the end of the match right there. I'd be like, wow, okay. Right? Of course, Kane went up to the top rope at this point to try to do a signature clothesline from the top rope, but Orton reversed it by drop kicking Kane in the ribs midair, which that looked like a cool spot. Cool way to counter that, right?
Yeah.
And then Orton looked like he was going for an RKO, but he decided to change his mind, and he went up to the corner setting up for the punt kick, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as freaking Orton started running for Kane, Kane got up and actually reversed it, and then Kane hit a choke slam for a 2 count, right?
Yeah.
And everyone thought, and at this point, Kane was a little bit frustrated, and everyone thought that would be the finish, but no. Yeah, and then shortly afterwards, Orton attempted an RKO to Kane again, but Kane reversed that, but Orton still freaking battled back and actually hit a drop kick to the knee of Kane, sending him down. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, freaking Kane battled back, went up to the metal turnbuckle, but Orton was right on top of Kane on the freaking turnbuckle by striking Kane in the head with punches, and then it looked like, and the fans were going wild chanting Randy, and then I guess Randy Orton thought, okay, I'm gonna hit a super RKO from the top rope. But nope, that wasn't to be.
He got turned reversed to a super choke slam.
Yep, Kane got a hold of Orton and actually delivered a huge choke slam from the turnbuckle to win and got the pinfall victory. Your thoughts on this match?
It was good. Did they have better matches? Yes.
Yep. I thought this was a good match, way better than that opening match, that's for sure. But yeah, Orton and Kane would have a better Falls Count Anywhere match the following month at Extreme Rules 2012 as well.
Yeah.
So obviously the feud at this point was not over.
But they also had a Hell in a Cell match, I think.
It's like, I don't remember, but I know they had a Falls Count Anywhere match the following month at Extreme Rules, which is one of the shows I actually want to do for a review at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good match, I thought. And so there you go. Anyway, after the match, we go backstage where we see Santino, Mick Foley, and one of the crew members from the Deadliest Catch back there.
The captain.
Captain Keith or whatever it's called.
Yes.
Yeah, and the captain was there teaching them how to get the meat out of the crab legs. So Santino got out the Cobra while Foley took out Mr. Sago. And then the captain elbowed the crab leg, and then Ron Simmons came in the picture and just ended it with damn, and then Santino flung his freaking plate of crabs all over the place.
Yeah. Well, he just went,
yeah, pretty good, pretty funny comedy segment there, but the Deadliest...
anything funny with fucking Ron Simmons there to fucking just fucking yell damn.
It's like, yeah, and I've seen the Deadliest Catch a couple times. Yeah, that show is intense. And I'll tell you one thing, I would never want to be a crab fisher in Alaska.
Oh, I know you would.
Yeah. But anyway,
you wouldn't have to wear a coat. Your fat would insulate you.
Oh, fuck off. Anyway, we go back to ringside where the camera pan around, showing members of the National Guard, and the ring announcer thanked them for everything they do for the country at the time.
Yeah.
And then we go to our next match, which was for the Intercontinental Championship. It was Cody Rhodes versus The Big Show, and Cody Rhodes was defending the championship against The Big Show here.
Yeah, he wanted to make The Big Show the biggest fool of them all.
Yeah, I mean, Cody Rhodes made his entrance, and right when Rhodes got into the ring, freaking they showed the video package, supposedly, that Rhodes put together of just highlighting all of Big Show's flops at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Considering at this point, the Big Show never had a one-on-one WrestleMania victory. And even when Big Show made his entrance, freaking...
It was 3-8.
Yeah. Yeah, and even when Big Show made his entrance, Michael Cole pointed out that, yeah, the tag matches that Big Show was in, Big Show never got the pinfall decision. I'm just like, that is totally false. Big Show did get the pinfall victory the year prior, WrestleMania 27. We reviewed that one.
Yes. Well, that's because Michael Cole's fucking dumb, but...
I mean, hell. I mean, yes, that 8-man tag that Big Show competed in the year prior to WrestleMania 27, that was shit, but at least Big Show got the freaking pinfall win, as you and I remember.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's beside the point. The false information here that Michael Cole said, that's beside the point. At least Big Show had a better match at this year's Mania compared to the year prior. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the match got underway, and Cody Rhodes did his best defense against the Big Show, which is try to run away. Kind of like you. And of course, Big Show was going to catch him eventually, which Big Show caught him on the floor out there, and then Show then tossed Cody Rhodes back into the ring, and then Show then freaking just yeeted or tossed Cody Rhodes across the ring, and back in the turnbuckle where Cody Rhodes was. Big Show came up and chopped Cody Rhodes' chest a couple times, along to the forearm and the back of Cody Rhodes. Pretty much Big Show was being dominated here against the Intercontinental Champion at the time. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Show then performed a body slam on Cody Rhodes, and then freaking back in the corner, Show freaking crouch freaking put Cody down, and then pretty much then the Big Show then put his ass in Cody's face, remnants of the stink face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's humiliating for Cody Rhodes, but okay. Yeah, then Show then sent freaking Cody Rhodes into the turnbuckle again, and then Show went for that corner splash, but Cody Rhodes smartly moved and hit a drop kick on the Big Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, then freaking Rhodes then hit a running drop kick to the knee of freaking Big Show. And then freaking Cody then freaking worked on the left knee a few times, trying to weaken that body part with wear down holds, like wrenching the knee of the Big Show here. Of course, Big Show managed to get the upper hand when he kicked freaking Cody Rhodes off him, and then back in the corner again, freaking Show gave him a hard chop to the chest. Again. I swear to God, I don't want to get slapped by Paul White or the Big Show. His hands look like catcher's mitts.
Well, they said that when he slaps you, it's the full force of a frying pan coming down onto your chest.
Exactly.
So yeah, you get fucking chopped or slapped, your fucking chest is getting caved in by a fucking frying pan.
Yes.
I can just see it now. Oh, here, I want to be chopped. Okay, oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
Who are you being chopped by? Oh, Big Show, Paul White. I surrender.
You're going to need an ice
flag.
I'll be like, you're going to need an ice pack for your chest after that.
You need more than an ice pack.
Exactly. Anyway, Big Show then had a clothesline to the head of Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes was off in the corner, and then freaking Big Show went for a corner charge, like maybe another body splash attempt on Rhodes, but either way, Rhodes reversed it, and he got his boot up to block Big Show here.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Cody then jumped off the freaking ropes and wrenched Big Show's right arm against the top rope, weakening Big Show's freaking arm as well. And then Cody Rhodes hit a disaster kick onto the Big Show, stunning Big Show a bit. And then he went for a second one, only for Big Show to reverse it by catching him crotch first with a spear.
Yeah.
Big Show rammed his shoulder into Cody's crotch, not the other way around. That would be weird.
Well, you could say Big Show was rude to his Rhodes.
So yes, Big Show was a dick to Cody's Rhodes. And then as soon as Cody Rhodes got up, Big Show freaking delivered that KO punch and got the pinfall win.
The WMD, the weapon of mass destruction.
Yep, either way, Big Show knocked Cody Rhodes out with the freaking KO punch to win the match and win his first Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
So your thoughts on this one?
It was really good. It was good to see Big Show win a title at WrestleMania.
And I know Cody Rhodes was made to look like a fool in this match, and I know he was a heel, but if someone would have told me back then, hey, that guy that's getting beaten down and dominated by the Big Show will be the face of the company hella years later, if someone would have told me that back then, I would have called him a damn liar.
Yeah. Well, the thing was that Cody Rhodes wanted to make a fool out of the Big Show, and him saying, oh, this, that, the other stuff, and then saying, oh, Big Show's going to be a fool for the entire world to see. He's like, oh, he showed him and his kids there, saying, oh, welcome to WrestleMania.
So, yeah, Big Show won the Intercontinental title here. I thought it was all right. It wasn't the best Big Show match I ever seen. Wasn't the best Cody Rhodes match I ever seen either, but it was something.
Did they have a rematch for the title? Yes. Was it better? Yes.
Ooh, did that rematch?
Did Cody get his title back? No.
Was that rematch any better than this one? Maybe. Was the ending controversial? Yes, because they would have a match the following month at Extreme Rules, which we'll be reviewing at some point. So yeah,
but did Cody ever get his title back? No, not from the Big Show. I can tell you that.
But yeah, anyway, moving on from that, we got a video. We got a video hype package about the glitz and glamour of being a WWE diva. God damn, I hated that term.
It was the diva era.
I am so glad we don't friggin' live in that time now. Right?
Yep.
But anyway, that video package, I ain't going to go into any detail about what was said. That's all you really needed to know. But that led up to our next match, which is a Divas tag team match. And I hate using that term, so we'll just call it women's tag match. That's basically what it was.
You have to use what it was back then. They were divas. They weren't women. They were divas.
All I can say is thank God there was no bra and panties matches at this fucking show, because if there was, that would have automatically got a 0 score from me. This tag match really didn't do that much better, but...
It was Maria Menounos and Kelly versus Eve the Ho Torres and Beth Phoenix.
And mind you, Beth Phoenix was the reigning Divas champion at the time. Remember that belt? That belt looked awful.
Well, there was 3 women and 1 hoe.
And I guess the story was freaking Maria Menounos was going into this. She was really like a celebrity. She was really like the celebrity here, but she was going into the match with busted feet, cracked ribs. Like, she had no business being in the ring, pretty much, from her Dancing with the Stars appearances at this point.
Well, they were saying because Beth Phoenix felt like she disrespected her. Which, in all reality, actually, Maria Menounos actually looked up to Beth Phoenix and respected her greatly.
Anyway, some of the spots where Kelly actually did hit a Hurricane Run on Eve for a 2 count early on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then Kelly went for the corner handsprings elbow on Eve, but Eve got her feet up, legs up, whatever, to block the move, right?
Yep.
Then Eve went up to the top rope, and then Kelly then hit her leg, and of course, Eve collapsed on the top rope. I don't even know what you would say with this spot, because these are women here. But whatever, Eve got crushed on the rope. Maria Menounos got tagged in. Yeah, Eve collapsed Eve collapsed on the top rope. She went down. She got off the top rope. She was actually in the sitting position in the corner. Maria Menounos got tagged in, and they did a double sting face on the Eve. She and Beth Phoenix did that. Or not Beth Phoenix. Eve, or he and Kelly did that.
She and Kelly.
Why am I the one talking about these matches when I can't talk straight? You do this to me every time we do a damn review. Why am I the one doing most of this talking? How about the match?
What's the difference? Most of the talking.
It's like, I don't see you writing down notes or saying anything about a whole match except for the 18-second one.
Go fuck yourself.
You don't even need to write. Well, you don't even need to have notes to know what happened in that one.
Exactly. But you didn't really need notes to be in this one either. Kelly freaking tagged in Maria Menounos. They freaking both put their ass cheeks on Eve the host face.
And then freaking Jerry Lawler had to be like, oh, that instead of a stink face, that was a sweet face. I'm like, God damn it. Really? You had to go there?
Yes. And then freaking Eve tagged in
Beth
Phoenix.
Beth actually freaking nailed freaking Maria in the ribs, knocking her down. The heels got the advantage for a bit.
Well, she didn't just fucking hit. She didn't do it. She fucking bulldozed those ribs.
Then Eve got the tag back in and grounded Maria Menounos with the leg scissors. And the crowd were freaking bored out of their mind. Another Daniel Bryan and last chant freaking cap started. Right?
Well, the match wasn't all that really entertaining. If Maria wasn't really injured all that much, then yeah, it would have probably been a little bit of a better match.
Yes, and I can understand, them being slow with it. Maria Menounos, the celebrity here, was injured going into the match, so you gotta think, you gotta put that into the equation. Yeah, and then freaking afterwards, Beth got the tag in and applied a bear hug to Maria that didn't even look like a bear hug. It was freaking like a gentle, regular hug, obviously.
Well, Beth Phoenix didn't really want to hurt her even more than what she was already hurt. She didn't want to break her ribs or anything like that.
And then Eve came back in. There was a double team arm and leg pull that she and Beth Phoenix did to Maria Menounos here. And Eve freaking started, started doing her damn twerking on Maria, so Maria just kicked her out of the ring.
Yeah, I never understood that.
And I'm just like, you're wasting time instead of, I don't know, being on your opponent. Right?
Yeah, she was doing a twerking moonsault.
Of course, then Maria tagged Jelly in. And Beth. And then Beth with a loose. And she tagged in, nailed Beth Phoenix with a loop that's pressed with the punches. Right?
Yeah.
Remnants of what Steve Austin used to do for a signature move, right?
Yeah.
And then Kelly then hit the head scissors onto Beth Phoenix, which sent Beth into the turnbuckle. And Kelly then hit a neck breaker onto Beth at that point, right?
Yep.
Kelly went to the top rope, made a somersault on the Beth Phoenix for a 2 count, right?
Yep.
For a 2 count, I think Eve made the save there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Beth then went for the Gland Slam, but Kelly countered it into a Bulldog. And then Maria got the tag in, obviously moving slowly up to the top rope, but Beth Phoenix was reversed whatever she was going to do off the top rope, which for her own safety, it's a good thing that didn't happen. Right? Beth got a hold of Maria by body pressing her over her head, but Kelly shoved Beth into Eve, and then Maria got the roll-up pinfall onto Beth for the win. Your thoughts on this tag team match?
It was interesting. Would it have been better if Maria Menounos was fucking a little bit healthier? Yes.
Would have been better if they just replaced her with somebody else? Yes. But,
But the whole thing was that Beth Phoenix thought that she was disrespecting her.
Yeah, and then so yeah, that match, it was there. It wasn't the greatest women's tag match I've seen, but it was there to be there. Okay, I can't really salt on it too much. One of the competitors wasn't even a wrestler and was injured, so I gotta give that the benefit of the doubt when I was scoring it. Still doesn't change the fact that this match was not the greatest on this card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we go to the backstage interview area where Shawn Michaels was there being interviewed about being the referee of the Hell in a Cell match, which was upcoming, by the way.
Yep.
And Shawn said it's ironic that now he holds the power in the palm of his hand to end an era. After talking about the Undertaker retiring him 2 years prior. Right.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot that was the end of an era match there.
Yep.
Even though we did the tier list, I kind of forgot that it was the most hyped fucking end of the era match that there was.
Oh, and if Saudi Arabia had anything to say about it, we know it wasn't. I never want to relive that tag match ever again as long as I live.
Your favorite match, the Undertaker, the Brothers of Destruction versus Triple D-Generation X.
Trust me, I don't like giving out the score of zeros to Triple H, Michaels, Taker, or Kane's matches, respectively, but that one was a big zero, as we know.
It was a 5.
Not from me, it wasn't. Of course, we go back to ringside. That's when they announced the attendance there was, as we mentioned earlier at the start of this, 78,363 people. Right?
Yeah.
And then they introduced Jim Ross to come out to do commentary for this Hell in a Cell match.
Well, that's because he was there with when the Undertaker showed and when Triple H was there.
And you know when Jim Ross is doing commentary for one match here, you know it's going to be a great one. Right?
Yeah, they should never have gotten rid of Jim Ross.
Hey.
Good old JR.
So yeah, Michaels came out first as a referee, obviously. And then Triple H made his entrance. That was also badass to look at, but then The Undertaker came out, made his long entrance to the ring, while Triple H just stared fearlessly, right?
Yeah, but the whole context of no one knows what it was or forgot is that prior to this, at WrestleMania 27,
yeah,
was when The Undertaker won, but he could not leave the ring under his own power. So he thought that he lost because of that. So he wanted to reignite that rivalry to WrestleMania 28 to come out on top yet again.
And just think, these two guys were the masters of the Hell in a Cell. Apparently, the rumor of this, also part of the story, is that The Undertaker supposedly cut his own hair off until Triple H accepted this challenge. Hence why when The Undertaker pulled down the hood of his jacket, revealing a mohawk.
The biker form.
Yep. And if you thought that those two staring down at each other in a WrestleMania ring once again wasn't epic enough, both of them just slowly stared up. And that's when they lowered the Hell in a Cell with the Metallica song "The Memory Remains" playing while it was being lowered.
Yes, the whole thing was because Undertaker was the master of Hell in a Cell because he created the Hell in a Cell with Mick Foley.
And then Triple H would go on to be synonymous as one of the regular competitors in Hell in a Cell as well at this point.
Yes, but he called it, The Undertaker, when he did that match, he calls it the Devil's Playground.
So yeah, to recap here, the referee got an entrance, Triple H got an entrance, Taker got the entrance, and the Hell in a Cell also got its own entrance.
Exactly.
Which made this moment go from epic to just straight up legendary. Right.
That's why I put the fucking all of their fucking matches that they had was in fucking Hall of Fame in our tier list.
Exactly. Yeah, and that image.
There is no way that these fucking matches were not Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah, and that image of Taker and Triple H staring each other down while the cell lowers. Yeah, I can't get any better than that, in my opinion.
Well, you can literally see the fucking sparks flying at each other when they were fucking staring at each other.
Yep. Like everyone knew, well, this is going to be the match. You can literally
see the deep seething hatred.
Yeah, and everyone knew at this point this is going to probably be the match of the night. If you ask me, this should have been the main event.
Hell yes.
If you ask me, this match should have been the main event, but I digress. Right?
Essentially, this match was the main event.
Exactly. Anyway. Match officially got started after all that. Right?
Yep.
And then Taker can control early with punches to the body and the head of Triple H, or Hunter, whatever you want to call it. But Triple H got his boot up, reversing whatever move Taker had in mind charging when he charged Taker in the corner.
Yep.
But Taker just bowed back anyway. Didn't let that affect him because there was more punches by Triple H Taker leading to Triple H being tossed out of the ring.
Yeah.
In the ringside area between the ring and Hell in a Cell structure.
Yep.
Then Taker actually nailed Triple H with a headbutt, but Triple H countered when he sent Taker into the cell structure. And then Taker Taker fought back and whipped Hunter into the side of the cell as well. And then Taker hit a back body drop to Triple H out on the floor. While the dogs were barking wild. See, even your dogs were freaking happy about this match happening. Okay. Next, Triple H kept the advantage when he whipped Hunter into the side of the cell again, into the cell structure again. And Michaels was on the outside, checking on Hunter as well. Of course, Taker shoved Michaels out of the way, and Triple H continued the onslaught on Triple H by headbutting him too.
Yeah.
Then Taker then sent Triple H into the cell, followed by a whip into the steel steps. Right. Which that brutal.
They used the whole cage and everything, the whole entire environment as a fucking weapon.
Yes. Yeah, and then Taker once again freaking whipped Triple H into the steel steps, but back in the ring, Triple H did fight back with a clothesline. Then he also following that, he nailed a face buster to Taker. But Taker no-sold that like you on 2K.
Go fuck yourself.
That's my one per video.
Yeah, there's more than one coming. I can already feel it.
Yeah, and after the no-sold Triple H, Taker actually nailed a clothesline to Triple H. And then Taker actually freaking nailed Old School onto Triple H. You know. And then Taker sent Triple H to the outside of the ring, right?
Yep.
And then Taker hit him with the steel steps once again. Right?
Yep.
Of course, you gotta think, this was 2012, so obviously there was no blood unless it was hard way, but you know what I'm talking about. This would have been a perfect spot to do it, with Triple H getting hit in the head with the steel stairs here, right?
Yeah.
But, whatever. It still doesn't take away of how great epic this match was. Yeah, then when Triple H down, Hunter Taker then lifted Triple H up and set him on the ring apron. And Taker did his running leg drop. One of Taker's signature moves right there on the apron.
Yeah.
Of course, Triple H managed to get some offense back. Even went for the DDT. But, to no avail. At this point, the steel steps are in the ring, placed by Taker.
Yep.
The whole bottom and the top part, right?
Yeah.
So Triple H DDT Taker's head under the steel steps. And then Triple H tried to freaking nail the pedigree under the steel steps following that, but Taker countered with a back body drop, knocking Triple H down. Right? Then Taker would freaking work Triple H with punches, and then Taker charged off the ropes, and Triple H reversed it into a spine buster onto the steel steps. Which that looked nasty to take, honestly. How would you like to take a spine buster on steel? Yeah, how would you like to take a spine buster on steel?
Spine on fucking steel.
Yeah, how would you like to take that move on the steel steps? I wouldn't.
How about I get you with a bat and see how it feels?
I wouldn't. It's like, I'm better off being a YouTuber. I don't want to compete in that shit. Of course.
How about I swing you into the steps at PCW and just let you see how it feels?
Yeah, no. Let's not say we did. Of course, following the spinebuster, Taker actually did fight back when he applied the Hell's Gate submission hold. Right?
Yeah.
But Triple H countered it and turned it into a slam for a 2 count. Then Triple H went back to the outside and brought the 2 steel chairs into the ring.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Triple H nailed freaking the chair, jabbed the chair into Taker's ribs, and nailed Taker in the back with a steel chair. Now, if they were allowed to get away with steel chair shots to the head, which thank God they don't anymore, knowing what we know, that would have been the opportunity to do that too.
Well, at this point, it was the whole thing is like when Undertaker was doing in an interview, there was like literally saying that at this point, because he was the most tenured guy there, and Triple H or Paul Levesque, was literally Miss McMahon's stepson, son-in-law.
Yep.
Stop barking at nothing. They thought that they could literally get away with the steel chair shots like they were doing in the match. Yet they got fined.
Yep. And they're like, oof, nope. Yeah, but then anyway, Hunter set the steel steps up in the corner and into the turnbuckle, right? And then he whipped Taker into him. That looked nasty, right?
Yeah.
Then Triple H jumped the stairs out of the ring, and then Triple H worked over. It's like wore Taker down with multiple chair shots to the back, and I remember that spot.
Well, he was also telling Shawn Michaels to end it.
Yeah. And Michaels at the time tried to stop Hunter, and Triple H freaking delivered another chair attack to the back. And either Michaels, and at this point, with Triple H in control, freaking Triple H told Michaels, either you end it or I will. You know he ain't gonna quit. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when Triple H, Taker was like, don't stop it. At this point, so Triple H jabbed the chair into Taker's back, into his ribs again, knocking him down with another chair shot to the back. Hard. Like, you can see the welts forming on Taker's back here.
Well, that's the whole thing is those chair shots weren't supposed to be like that, yet they were doing it because they thought they could get away with it.
And then right when Triple H was going for the tie again, Michaels grabbed the chair and tossed it aside, and he told Hunter, you know he's not going to quit. Right?
Exactly.
But Triple H took the chair anyway and hit Taker more times with chair shots to the back.
Well, he kept yelling at Shawn to end it. You either end this or I will end it.
Yes, and that's what you call good storytelling here, by the way.
Because the whole thing is that Triple H kept saying, oh, I'm going to do what you could never do.
And let's beat Taker at Mania. And even Taker was telling Shawn, don't stop it, as he tried to get back up to his feet.
Yes.
And then freaking right when Taker got back up, Triple H once again nailed Taker in the ribs with a chair and did one more shot to the back. This time, Triple H decided, I'm going to just pin Taker right here. He's done. Then Michaels counted 1, him counted 2, and, well, Taker kicked out.
Yep.
Telling everyone he's not done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then Michaels then left the ring looking for more. It was like Hunter, then Triple H left the ring looking for more weapons underneath the ring. Michaels went to check on. Sean went to go check on Taker here, who was down and out.
Yep.
And Taker once again told Sean not to end it, right?
Yep.
And if you notice, Triple H was bleeding a little bit around his left eye.
At that point, when Shawn Michaels went to go check on Undertaker, he put the Hell's Gate submission on him.
It's like, yep.
And Triple H had to come in to save Shawn after hitting him with the end of the sledgehammer.
But Michaels pleaded for Taker to let him ring the bell, but Taker wanted to keep on fighting, told him no. Then Triple H hit him with hit Taker in the sledgehammer to the head.
We all know there was no way in hell Undertaker was gonna fucking let it end that way.
Can you imagine if freaking that was the way the streak ended? If Taker's like, yes, I quit. Can you imagine if that's how the streak ended? Anticlimactic.
Well, the thing is, that's what they would have done. That's what they did in 2019 when they did the Seth Rollins and Fiend match.
Don't you ever remind me about that abomination. You dip.
Imagine if they did that then.
Oh, that would have been shit. And the backlash would have been huge.
Yes.
Because not only would the streak end, it would have ended in the most bullshit of fashion.
Exactly.
So yeah, Taker got hit in the head with a sledgehammer. Freaking Triple H went to cover Taker, but Taker kicked out at 2. Getting his shoulder up. And then freaking Hunter took that sledgehammer and placed the other sledgehammer on the Taker's head. Referencing that he was just gonna freaking splatter Taker's brains here with it.
Yeah.
But when Triple H took the sledgehammer, was about to lift it up over his head and was about to hit, freaking Sean took the sledgehammer away and was like, nope, you ain't doing that.
Sean fucking literally jumped at Triple H and grabbed the damn sledgehammer from him. And Undertaker came back and hit Triple H with a fucking chair.
Yes. It's like, yeah, the fans weren't happy, but I'm just like, yeah, we don't need to see murder in this match. Right? So Triple H wanted... Yeah, and then Triple H wanted Sean to end it here after that.
Yeah.
So Sean nearly ended it, was going to stop it, but no. Michaels went back to check on Taker again, but as you mentioned earlier, this was the spot where Taker applied the Hell's Gate submission on Michaels. Taking Michaels out, right? Yeah, and then freaking Triple H and broke that up with the sledgehammer to the back of Taker to break the hold, right?
Yeah.
As you mentioned earlier. And then Hunter went to attack Taker again, but Taker delivered a low blow, just like a low blow to Triple H. So I guess you can say Taker is a dick to Hunter's Hearst Helmsley's.
Yeah, you could.
And then Taker then applied the Hell's Gate to Triple H, just like he did the year prior. All right?
Yeah. Well, Triple H was fighting out of it, and literally fucking Undertaker had to grab the back of his leg to freaking basically almost choke Triple H out.
Yeah, and then while in the hold, Triple H did grab the sledgehammer, but he couldn't use it. Triple H slowly passed out. No submission here, but Triple H had the visual win at this point. Referee Charles Robinson then ran down to the ring, managed to unlock the door and open and get into the ring, right?
Yeah.
And then at this point, Taker let the hold go and actually decided to nail a chokeslam onto Triple H. Went for the pinfall. Referee Charles Robinson went in the ring to count the pinfall, but Taker only got 2. Right?
Yeah, what does he get for his good deed? Chokeslam.
Yes, Taker then freaking gave the referee Charles Robinson a chokeslam, knocking that referee out. It's like, he's like, get the heck out of here. You ain't the referee for this match. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, then Taker then went for the tombstone on Triple H, but Triple H slipped out of it. Then Michaels came in, hit the freaking Sweet Chin Music super kick to Taker. And Triple H followed that up with a pedigree for the 1, 2 kick out. The spot that always gets talked about here from this match. It's like, how did Taker kick out of a super kick pedigree combo here? And at this point, Michaels was losing his shit in the corner. It's like thinking to himself, how was that not 3?
Because he wanted the match to end because they were literally basically killing each other for the fucking match.
Right.
And Shawn Michaels is like, fuck it. You fucking did this. You put the Hell's Gate on me. Fuck you. Hit your Sweet Chin Music. Turned around. Pedigree. Went to fucking count. Do the regular count. 1, 2. And then fucking literally lost his shit right when it came down to 2 3/4 of a fucking count to 3. And he's like, the fuck? How the fuck can he do this?
How does Taker keep kicking out?
You know, I'm literally like this. I'm literally to myself. He is the dead man. You cannot kill what is already dead.
It's like Triple H, Michaels, especially Triple H, threw everything at Taker, including the kitchen sink, and he's still not losing. He's still kicking out.
They didn't even throw. They threw the kitchen sink. They threw the house. They threw hell. They threw fucking porta potty. The little John Laurinaitis was in.
Yep. Anyway.
They threw everything. They threw their own souls out at each other.
But anyway, Triple H was frustrated with his friend Michaels, so he decided to toss Michaels out of the ring. Taker sat back up, delivered some punches and a clothesline in the corner to Triple H. And then Taker performed the snake eyes on the turnbuckle, followed by the big boot to the face. Triple H.
No.
Yeah, and then Taker then nailed the leg drop on the Triple H, and Taker then hit a tombstone in the ring. Michaels came back to count the pinfall, but this time Triple H got his shoulder up at 2.
Yes.
And everyone thought, how? Right?
At this point, we all knew that they were literally running on fumes at this point.
Both of them were exhausted at this point, you could tell, right?
Well, you can tell the Undertaker was getting really, his body was beaten out, and he was really feeling it because you could see all in his movements and the welts on his body from the fucking chair shots.
Yeah, and Taker looked freaking shocked. Everyone looked shocked and stunned. Even freaking Michaels was stunned as he sat up in the corner in the turnbuckle again.
Yes, because they fucking all of them hit him with their best shot. Fucking Sweet Chin Music, fucking Tombstone, fucking Pedigree.
And still
nothing would work.
Still, this match is continuing, right? Of course,
literally, these men were fighting. These men had their souls fighting each other in that fucking ring.
They were in a war and they knew it, right?
Yes.
Anyway, Taker and Triple H slowly got back to their feet, and they were exchanging punches back and forth as fans were cheering for both of them, really. Because they knew they were in for an epic. They're in for an epic. This is turning out good. Taker then went for the tombstone, but Triple H freaking slipped out, and Triple H then hit a pedigree and got a 2 count because Taker kicked out once again.
Exactly.
Like nothing is working, right?
Yes.
Of course, they slowly got back up again. This time, Taker got a hold of the steel chair, and Triple H was trying to grab the sledgehammer, right?
Yeah, fucking Undertaker literally just steps on it. He's like,
nope. And this led to freaking Taker getting some revenge chair shots to the body of Triple H, along with several hard chair shots to the back. Like you see Triple H do earlier.
The back, the neck, the back, the neck, the back. Like, holy hell!
Then when Triple H was down, Taker delivered 3 more chair shots to the back, to the point to where the chair was literally being bent from all those hits, as you could see.
The chair was already bent. The whole thing was even bent more.
Yes. And when Triple H down and out, all in pain, Taker went for the cover, and Triple H somehow freaking kicked out, right?
Well, and Shawn Michaels took away the steel chair from him too, because he was with all those shots. He's like, "Fuck it!" They're literally beating the shit out of each other.
And this is the part you were alluding to. Triple H freaking tried to get up to grab the sledgehammer, but Taker stopped him by stepping on that sledgehammer. Taker then picked the sledgehammer up himself and nailed Triple H in the head with it. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and this was after Triple H was defiant and did the cross chop, so Taker hit him in the head with a sledgehammer.
Well, Triple H freaking went to hit him with the sledgehammer. Freaking Undertaker catches it. Freaking pushes him.
Yep.
Literally, he's in the freaking corner. You did for the last bit of Defiance. Literally does the DX crutch chop, and freaking Taker's like, "Fuck this!" Hits him, and then beats the shit out of him yet again.
Yeah, and with Triple H down, Triple H tried to get back up. Taker did his signature freaking throat slash signature pose, right?
Yep, signaling the end.
Yeah, and then Taker then picked Hunter up, successfully hit another tombstone, and followed Triple H's arm in that pinning position, and actually got the pinfall victory this time.
Yep.
With this victory, the Undertaker at this point was 20-0.
Yes.
Words, I know I just reviewed this whole thing, but words can't do it. You really got to go back and watch this match.
Yeah, the whole fucking thing, you would literally see that their souls were outside their goddamn body because they were beating the fuck up. And they were still going!
So, yeah, of course, your thoughts.
And Undertaker was the oldest of them all, and he still kept going after beating after beating.
Yep. And this kind of goes without saying, and I think I already know what your response is going to be, but your thoughts on this end of an era cell match.
There is no words. It was a
war. That's what it was. Epic. It was epic, legendary, all the words you could say.
Oh, you thought the Shawn Michaels 2 matches, WrestleMania back-to-back were bad.
Yep.
This one had no words.
And of course, after the matchup, this Hell in a Cell was raised up. Taker tried to sit back up, but fell over on his side. Triple H grabbed his ribs, getting himself back up. Michaels then grabbed his hand.
Triple H was laid the fuck out. He couldn't even move.
It's like Taker and Michaels hugged while the fans cheered. There was 20-0 signs everywhere. Undertaker did his pose on one knee like he always does after winning a match. There was fireworks, the 20-0 graphics, on the screen. Titantron came up. Yeah, then Michaels and Taker both helped Triple H to get back of his feet as all three of them walked back up to the ramp slowly.
Yes.
And then all three of them just stood at the entrance ramp in their gorilla position out there, just looking out towards the crowd and just standing there while the fans applauded. Right?
Yeah, because they literally beat the souls out of each other. They literally gave everything.
Yes. That was, honestly, to me, that was this is just me personally nitpicking here. When it comes to The Undertaker's WrestleMania matches, this one is my favorite. I know I'm biased, but this one is my favorite. You can't argue against it.
There's no doubt. That's why I was saying in our freaking WrestleMania tier list, I ranked it the fucking Hall of Fame tier because there's no way in hell that they're going anywhere below that. There was nothing that you could say. That whole fucking arena was silent during that whole fucking match. They were in awe of everything. They couldn't even believe their own eyes that they were seeing how much these three men went through in that match. And then the biggest of them all was those two, the freaking biggest superstars of their era.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if I remember correctly, I think I put this match on top of Hall of Fame myself. Ugh.
Yes, the whole thing is that it was supposed to be Sting and Undertaker for the last bastions of their era, but it didn't work out that way. So they did it the Triple H and Undertaker angle.
Which, to me, with the way they ended it with this one, meaning that in the course of 4 WrestleManias, Taker fought Michaels twice and then fought Triple H twice. That's actually good long-term storytelling, in my opinion.
The thing was that Michaels couldn't take his loss at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 24? 25?
Yep. So, yeah, either way, it's like either way, this was my favorite Undertaker match at WrestleMania. You can't convince me otherwise, right?
Yeah.
But then, afterwards, we gotta talk about the rest of the event, even though I think that should have been the main event, there's no doubt, but we still got more to go, right?
Yeah.
Afterwards, a video aired showing the highlights of the 2012 Hall of Fame, which we know in 2012 Edge was the highlighted name to enter the Hall of Fame, considering he had to retire 1 year prior to a broken neck injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Hall of Famers came out, did the whole ceremony, and they were introduced by the late great Howard Finkel here, right?
The Fink.
In the class of 2012 was Mil Mascaras, the late great Yokozuna, who was represented by his children at the time, Ron Simmons, damn. And then we had the Four Horsemen stable here, which was Ric Flair,
Tully
Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Barry Windham, and J.J. Dillon.
Yes.
Iron Mike Tyson for the celebrity wing. And, of course,
the baddest celebrity in all wrestling.
And last but not least, the rated R superstar Edge.
Which we all know should have knocked out fucking Jake Paul.
Yeah, but yeah, we can get into that another day. Lord knows we talk about it to death, just not on recordings. But I think most people that heard that would probably agree with you.
Yeah.
And at the time when Edge was inducted to the Hall of Fame, we thought he was done, but he would actually return 8 years later in 2020, and is still going strong today, even in AEW.
Yeah.
Right now as Adam Copeland, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, afterwards we go backstage where Josh Matthews was set to interview the singer Flo Rida, right?
Yeah.
And then your boy Heath Slater walked up and pretty much
No, he's your boy.
And Heath Slater said, Nobody wants to hear from Florida. Knowing that Flo
Rida, not Florida.
Yeah, and that's when Florida appeared to say it's Flo Rida, not Florida.
Flo Rida just really punked out fucking Heath Slater.
Yeah, and after Slater was trying to do a bunch of suggestions, freaking Flo Rida just shoved him to the wall, and that's when Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rex came in to check on Seeds and said, "Damn, you just got punked out by Flo Rida."
Exactly.
And at this point, Flo Rida already went back into his dressing room. More on him later. Hi. And now we talk about possibly your favorite match of the night.
Go fuck yourself. That was your favorite match of the night.
I mean, you were just so happy with the outcome.
No, I was not.
The only thing that would have made you happier is if Michael Cole was on Team Johnny, wouldn't it?
Actually, that would have been hilarious as hell.
No, we don't need to know. Hell no. But anyway, Brie Bella introduced Team Johnny for this tag match, which were The Miz, Mark Henry, Drew McIntyre, Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, and David Otunga, with John Laurinaitis and Vicky Guerrero, the OG Karen.
Your favorite team.
No. And they were and then Nikki Bella then appeared. I don't even know why you had to separate these two. I don't know, just to get them all on WrestleMania, I guess.
The thing was that Nikki was going for Team Teddy, while Brie was going for Team Johnny. Yeah, so they had to literally separate them so they wouldn't fight each other over this shit.
It's like Nikki Bella then was on the stage and introduced Team Teddy, which was Kofi Kingston, your boy, the Great Khali, R-Truth, your boy, Zack Ryder, Booker T, and your favorite of all time, Santino.
No.
And then...
No, Booker T, yes.
And then they were accompanied, obviously, by Theodore Long, and he was accompanied by Asuka and Hornswoggle, carrying that brand's flag with his face on it.
Yep.
God.
It should have been Teddy that won. I still say that today. Teddy Long should have been general manager of both Raw and SmackDown.
Friggin'. Every member of Team Johnny was wearing red shirts. Every member of Team Teddy was wearing SmackDown shirts. This was pretty much the bathroom break match of the evening, I swear. And it shows, because it doesn't matter what would follow a Hell in a Cell match. It wasn't going to live up. Right?
Yeah.
God. And I'll start off with Kofi Kingston working over Ziggler, with Kofi and then Kofi actually hit a back springboard cross body block to Ziggler. Truth tagged in, and Truth got the tag in, and with Kofi Kingston hit a double team hip tosses, Truth leg drop and then Ziggler hit a leg drop to Truth for 2 count, right?
Yeah.
Ziggler then hit a drop kick. Drew McIntyre got the tag in, and oh, Jesus. Someone back then would have told me that Drew McIntyre would go on to be a WrestleMania headliner and a 3-time world champion back then. We would have called him a liar, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, Drew got tagged in and hit Truth with a running forearm. Great Khali tagged in. It's like Great Khali got tagged in with a punch to Drew McIntyre, followed by a hard chop and a clothesline. McIntyre. Yeah. That's about all he did. Booker T freaking got the tag.
He still said today that the two hardest chops that he's ever had was from the Big Show and the Great Khali.
Yep. Look at the Great Khali's hands. They were huge too, like the Big Shows.
Yes.
Anyway, Booker T got the tag in and pretty much freaking took control over Drew with chops and a back elbow and a standing sidekick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Booker actually didn't hit a sidewalk slam. Otunga got a cheap shot in on Booker, so Booker punched him along with the others on the team. Otunga then freaking hit a neck snap on Booker over the top rope, leading to Drew McIntyre hitting a boot to the face of Booker T here.
Yeah.
And then your boy Swagger got the tag in with a snapmare leading to an armbar onto Booker, right? And let's face it, we all know Swagger was your boy. I mean, hell, you enjoyed his world title reign, didn't you?
No, you did.
And as we're talking, Jack Swagger's world title reign happened 15 years ago at time of recording. God damn, I feel old. Am I right?
Yeah.
Of course, Booker broke free of that armbar, and Swagger then hit him with a clothesline, sending him back down again. Henry got the tag in with a body. Mark Henry got tagged in with a body slam on a Booker T. But then Miz got tagged in and nailed Booker with a running knee lift for a 2 count. Right?
Yeah.
Booker then blocked a suplex and hit a suplex of his own to Miz. Ziggler freaking came in, jumping up with a jumping elbow drop onto Booker. They were working over Booker T here because I knew at some point this freaking match was going to break down. Miz got the advantage and he started work over Booker T for a bit. The other guys on the apron tried to crowd in. And Booker actually fought back and hit a jumping sidekick to the Miz. Mark Henry then went for a world's strongest slam on Booker, Henry actually did hit the world's strongest slam on Booker afterwards, but Khali came in with a big chop to Henry. Swagger and Drew McIntyre both got into the ring with nailed a double flapjack on Khali, which you gotta admit looked impressive, doing that to someone Khali's size and weight, right?
Yeah.
It's like Kofi Kingston and R-Truth came in with a double drop kick onto freaking Swagger and Drew here. And then hit a double clothesline onto Ziggler, and then Otunga was tossed out of the ring as well. Yeah, then Hornswoggle was then freaking tossed over the top rope into the heels out there, but freaking Mark Henry caught him and just threw him down like nothing. Yeah. And then freaking R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, and Zack Ryder both hit a somersault dives onto Team Johnny on the outside, right?
Yeah.
And also on the outside, Oksana and Vicky Guerrero got into a scrap with each other, right? While the Bella Twins tried to separate both of them, right?
Yeah.
Back in the ring, Santino got the tag in from Booker and worked over the Miz with a few punches and a hip toss, right?
Yep.
And then Santino then jumped off the top with a headbutt, right, onto the Miz.
Saluting headbutt.
Yeah, the saluting headbutt, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then Santino then put the Cobra on his right hand and then punched the Miz with it with a 2 count because Ziggler made the save, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then freaking Ziggler missed the corner splash, taking him out. Ryder got the tag in and did a monkey flip that Ziggler sold well, right? Unlike you in 2K. Okay, that's 2.
I told you there was going to be more. And watch, there's going to be even more after this.
Yeah, then...
This fool says 1 and he means millions.
What the hell? Then
Ryder, you know it's true.
Yeah, then Ryder hit a neck.
He literally freaking monkey flipped him where he fucking literally, he didn't even sell it. He was supposed to land like they normally do, but he freaking went face first.
Yep. Then Ryder then hit a neck breaker on the Miz. And then Ryder then hit a Rough Rider onto Ziggler, and he set up freaking Miz in the corner, preferably for that running boot that he does. But that's when Eve got into the ring to try to support the Ryder. And then even the commentator, she's like, "Why is Eve even in the ring right now?" But that caused Zack Ryder to get distracted, and the Miz capitalized by nailing a skull-crushing finale on Zack Ryder for the pinfall win for Team Johnny.
Well, we all knew that she was going to interfere into the match anyways.
And that's when the era of people power began.
Fuck people power.
So
that era sucked ass.
So your thoughts on your boy becoming the GM of Raw and SmackDown?
I'm sorry, but he was your boy because you talk just like him.
Yes, and then afterwards, Team Johnny celebrated the win like they won the Super Bowl or something. And then this guy won. And then Eve Torres
right in his Cardonas.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, after the matchup, Eve Torres was a dick to Zack Ryder's by low-blowing him and just walking away, thus ending their partnership in storyline.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in real life now, Matt Cardona has somebody better than Eve Torres. And we all know who that is.
It's Chelsea Green!
Oh, God.
That's her fucking entrances. I'm like, wow. And he may be coming back at the Royal Rumble, from what rumors are saying, as his real name, Matt Cardona.
Yeah, there's rumors going around that Matt Cardona. Yeah, there's rumors going around that Matt Cardona might return at the Rumble this weekend at time recording. There's also rumors going around that Becky Lynch and AJ Lee may return. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens at the Royal Rumble, which is our next review, by the way.
John Moxley is supposed to be there.
Supposedly. These are just rumors. I don't believe anything until it actually happens. Well, the John Moxley freaking one, just take that with a grain of salt, because I think he's AEW through and through, but I could be wrong.
Not really.
Yep. Of course, after the match, the WWE Champion CM Punk was freaking shown backstage. And then John Laurinaitis actually walked by him and goes, "Yeah, CM Punk, you look kind of angry, like you want to beat up Jericho. But I don't want to brawl out there. So if you lose your temper and your actions result in you getting disqualified, you will lose the WWE Championship to Jericho."
Yeah, if I was CM Punk back then, would have kicked him right in the goddamn head.
You know, people power.
Fuck people power. That era sucked ass, and you know it.
It was the greatest era of all time. Even you told me so.
Oh, I know you loved it.
Okay, yeah, fuck that. Anyway, I'm done doing that bit. My throat's starting to hurt.
Yeah, the way that you fucking talk, it hurts your throat because you have to freaking go hella deep where you're hurting your vocals.
Yep. But then Chris Jericho of course, the next match was the WWE Championship match between champion CM Punk and Chris Jericho. Jericho made his entrance wearing a sparkly light-up jacket, which only Jericho would be able to freaking pull off. Anyone else would look hokey, right?
Yeah.
Of course, after Jericho's entrance, that's when they showed the video package hyping up this feud. And Jericho said, "Yeah, this is the end of the world as you know it. End of plagiarism, the end of everything." Claiming that CM Punk is not the best in the world, that Jericho is. And Jericho even took some personal shots at Punk by talking about his family and pretty much saying that Punk is a bastard child, as we all know.
He said that he was literally the definition of a bastard child because this mom and dad's wedding was the day after his birthday.
Yep. But either way, after the video package hyping the feud aired, CM Punk made his entrance here to the Cult of Personality theme song for the first time at WrestleMania, considering this was his theme song at that point. Entrance theme at the point. Everyone went nuts for CM Punk making his entrance here.
Yeah.
But just like freaking the stipulation stated, if Punk get disqualified, he will lose the title. Nobody wants that. Of course, you love that because John Laurinaitis made that ruling. You agreed with everything he said back then.
No. Everything he said went in one ear and out the other into the trash, where he belongs.
Oh, just wait. Just wait. I got a crappy event in mind. But I ain't get it. That's not my next pick. Right? Of course, Punk started this match off with Jericho somewhat abruptly with punches and kicks in the corner. So the referee kept giving him the count of the 4 out of the 5 count. Even the commentators were like, dude, he's got to stop. You don't want to get disqualified.
Yeah.
Of course, Jericho then slapped Punk in the face, which Punk responded with a kick and more shots to Jericho in the corner. And Jericho was trying, and Jericho then hit him with another freaking slap in the face. This was Jericho trying to get Punk disqualified.
Yep.
Knowing that would benefit Jericho in the long run at this point, since Punk didn't have that championship advantage. Besides, the count out, that could have worked, but no one wants to see a title match in a count out at WrestleMania. Right?
Yeah.
So after a second kick, but after that, Punk went to the turnbuckle and Punk punched him some more. Referee counted 4 when Punk stopped at 5 multiple times. Right?
Yeah.
Adding with context of the story, Jericho yelled out, "How's your father?" And, right? So Punk charged at Jericho, then worked him over with elbows in the corner, wearing him down. Then Punk actually nailed a body slam on Jericho. Of course, Punk went to the top rope, and then Jericho rolled out of the ring. So Jericho hit it, and the Punk decided to hit a top rope clothesline on Jericho out to the outside instead. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Jericho down and getting up, freaking on the outside, Jericho asked, "How's your sister?" implying the storyline we're going for here. So Punk grabbed a steel chair, and Jericho was like, "Hit me, hit me, hit me." Right?
Even Ref was on CM Punk's side at this point because he literally freaking was telling CM, "Don't do this. I will have to disqualify. I don't want to disqualify you. Do not do this."
And even back in the ring, Punk was doing the same thing with a steel chair, and Jerry was like, "Hit me." It's like, "Hit me, your father's a drunk, your sister's a drug addict," and all that shit. Knowing that the referee would disqualify Punk if he were to hit him with that chair, thus giving Jericho the WWE title. Right? At this point.
Yeah.
But Punk decided to just freaking, but Punk freaking took the chair away and nailed Jericho with a drop kick. Right? Instead.
Yep.
Of course, then Jericho then tried to battle back with an attack, but while Punk was on the apron, but Punk freaking reversed it. But whatever, and then Punk tried to do a move of his own, but whatever it was, we'll never know. Jericho clotheslined Punk over the top rope into the ring. Right?
Yeah.
Jericho then suplexed freaking Punk from the ring apron to the floor. Right?
Yep.
And then Jericho then hit a backbreaker on the Punk, then followed up with the most devastating move, a chinlock.
The most least devastating move besides the Blue Thunder Bomb. The chinlock. Of course, Punk broke free, and then Jericho then hit
hit a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker onto Punk. Then Jericho then kicked the lower back of Punk, weakening it up, followed by a senton, right?
Yeah.
Just weakening Punk's back for that Walls of Jericho. You knew that's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Of course, Punk at this point tried to get his momentum back up. And Punk went up to the top rope, but then Jericho pulled the tights, slammed Punk down to the mat for a 2 count. Right?
Yeah.
And then Jericho was working on Punk's arms here, but then Punk decided to kick Jericho into the turnbuckle, right?
Yeah.
Then Jericho then went for a bulldog, but Punk countered it, sending Jericho into the turnbuckle, and leaving Jericho sitting on the turnbuckle for a couple seconds. Right?
Yeah.
Perfectly, right? Then Punk got some momentum going, would come back going with chops and a jumping heel kick and a clothesline and a neck breaker for a 2 count on Jericho.
Yeah.
And then Punk then hit a running knee to the face of Jericho, but Jericho blocked it with a bulldog right? Then Jericho went to the line saw, but Punk got his knees up, reversing that move, but Jericho then managed to land on his feet and went for the Walls of Jericho submission hold, right?
Yeah.
Of course, Punk countered that attempt. Punk countered the submission attempt, and then Punk then kicked Jericho in the head for a 2 count, right?
Yeah.
And then Punk performed a body slam on Jericho, and then at this point, Punk went up to the top rope and hit an elbow drop. Tried to go for the elbow drop, but Jericho got his knees up to counter the move. It's like counter after counter. That's where we're at right now. Right. And then Jericho then hit a code breaker onto Punk, only for Punk to roll out of the ring onto the floor to avoid getting pinned. Unintentionally or not, that actually was a smart move on Punk's behalf.
Well, the momentum from Punk freaking hitting the mat freaking helped him run out.
Of course, Jericho took a prone Punk off the floor and put him back in the ring, but then Punk was able to reverse Jericho and nail the GTS right onto Jericho.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Punk did the slow cover into position, but they were near the ropes. So when the referee started counting, Jericho got his foot on the bottom rope to break the pin.
Yeah.
And of course, Jericho got back up. He charged at Punk, but Punk caught him and hit a power slam on Jericho for a 2 count.
Yep.
And after they battled over a wrist lock, Jericho got the upper hand when he hit a suplex onto the top rope, and then Jericho then hit a lion salt off the ropes for a 2 count on Punk. Right?
Yeah.
Then Jericho went back up to the top rope again, but Punk met him. But Punk freaking got up to him, hit him with chops and a headbutt, and then Punk went for the Hurricane Run off the top rope, but Jericho countered it and locked in the Walls of Jericho onto Punk. Right?
Yeah.
So there was Punk screaming in pain. Everyone thought he was going to tap. But freaking Punk managed to get his hand on the bottom rope, thus breaking the hold.
Yeah.
And of course, Jericho then, enraged by this, went charging at Punk, but Punk gave Chris a back body drop over the top rope, right? And then Punk hit a suicide dive that sent Jericho into the barricade on the outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Punk freaking hit a jumping knee that sent Jericho into the ring post, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, and then when those two got back in the ring, Punk jumped off the top rope right into a code breaker by Jericho for a 2 count, really close 2 count. Right?
Yeah, it was a flying code breaker.
Yep. And honestly, if they would have ended the match right there, I would have been like, yep, that would be the way to end it realistically, but no. Because we're in the middle of Punk's historic title reign at this point. They weren't going to have him lose here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then Punk won it. Punk went for a GTS, but Jericho fought out of it. And freaking Punk was down. Jericho freaking kicked Punk in the ribs. Yeah, and then freaking Punk had Jericho on his shoulder and shot best in the world, and then yeah,
Going for his submission, Walls of Jericho.
Said best in the world, and then Jericho blocked a GTS attempt. Then Jericho applied the Walls of Jericho in the center ring, like you were saying.
Yep.
And
which was reversed into the Anaconda stretch.
Yeah, and you gotta really look at that Walls of Jericho too. It kind of looked like a Walls of Jericho locked in, but when he put his knee on the back of his head, it looked like a lion tamer hold too that Jericho was known for as well.
Right? Well, that's the whole thing. Is that's what he adapted the lion tamer into, is the Walls of Jericho, where he would literally bend his opponent's body all the way back to the back of their head.
Yeah. But then, even though it's like Punk did not tap out, Punk actually reversed it into an inside cradle for a 2 count.
Which was turned into the Anaconda Vice.
Yeah, and eventually freaking Punk applied the Anaconda Vice onto Jericho.
Which was reversed into a pinfall, which then got reversed back into the Anaconda Vice.
Yes. Yeah, Jericho, like you said, Jericho tried the pin attempt, but Punk got kicked out and still held on. Jericho freaking nailed Punk in the back of the head with his knees, but freaking Punk then grabbed his legs to avoid the Walls of Jericho, and then once again, and then Punk then applied the Anaconda Vice again. This time positioning his head to where he couldn't get hit by Jericho, right?
Yes.
And Jericho had nowhere to go. He couldn't even reach the rope, so Jericho tapped out. And meaning Punk retained the title by submission. So yeah, the winner and still WWE champion here was CM Punk. Your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, it was a good match. Would they have better matches later on? Yes.
These two would actually have a fantastic street fight the following month at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Which I thought that match was better than the WrestleMania outing, but that was alright. After the match, CM Punk celebrated, still WWE champion. Yeah, and then afterwards, a commercial aired for WrestleMania 29 at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey on April 7, 2013. We'll review that event when we get to it, right?
Yep.
And of course, we go to possibly your favorite segment of this whole WrestleMania. Or should we say your second favorite segment? We all know your favorite segment was Laurinaitis winning.
No.
And there was a segment, of course, with Brodus Clay coming out, calling his mama and dancing with her and the rest of her bridge club as well. I just didn't like this segment at all. It's like, yeah, Brodus Clay had Naomi and Cameron with him. Yeah, it wasn't very good, in my opinion. And
it was there just to be there.
Of course, you
died.
Of course, the only superstar that still had longevity in the company today is Naomi from this time period, yes. As we know. Right?
Yeah.
And word has it that they cut the Daniel Bryan and Sheamus match short just so they can fit this dancing segment in. That was a waste of time. Like, nobody wanted this.
They had to put the dancing in there because of how short it was.
Yeah, no one wanted this. Right.
They wanted to stretch it as much as they could, but when Sheamus literally just road kicked Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds and fucking won the title, they kind of threw their plans out the window.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, because they literally wanted that first match to be a little bit longer because they wanted to have a match, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. But, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we have to go on to our main event now, which was John Cena versus The Rock. Once in a lifetime. Yeah, once in a lifetime, my ass. You'll understand, for those of you who are unfamiliar, you'll understand that once we review WrestleMania 29. But long story short, they would fight in the main event of the following year's Mania. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, they did their video package. They did the video package hyping this match because this match was 1 year in the making. Both of them saying that they needed to win this match. Other wrestlers saying that Cena's going to win. Others saying Rock's going to win. I mean, there was a lot of hype going into this match. And if you remember, we were around watching this at this point. Shit. Which side were you on the first time they fought each other during the 1 year build? I mean, I remember this was the most hyped match of all time, literally months and months and months before it even happened. And of course, this was WrestleMania 28, his match against Cena. I believe this was the first one-on-one match. The first singles match.
It was their first ever one-on-one appearance with each other.
Yes, this was their first singles match, and I believe this was The Rock's first singles match since 2003. Yeah, this was The Rock's first singles match since he fought Goldberg in 2003 at that Backlash pay-per-view event.
Yes, it was his first singles match coming back.
I mean, yeah, The Rock competed in a couple tag matches, but since then, but this was The Rock's first singles match since Backlash 03, which eventually we're going to have to watch and review too. Right?
Yeah.
But before we even got to the match here, yeah, Machine Gun Kelly came out and sang Invincible, highlighting while John Cena's highlights played.
Fuck Machine Gun Kelly.
Well, I ain't gonna fucking talk about the guy who introduced him. Lord knows that guy's under fire today. I don't even want to give a mention. As we know, right?
Who?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
You know you want to.
You can watch back. You can watch his back and realize that, or you can just see his new name all over the friggin' news today and why he's a fucked up person.
P. Diddy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I didn't even want to mention him by name, you son of a bitch. But yeah, freaking Machine Gun Kelly and Skylar Grey saying Invincible. John Cena highlights played. That's actually not a bad song, by the way. It's actually a banger.
Well, I like there's nothing wrong with the song. I like Skylar Grey because she's a good singer. I just do not like Machine Gun Kelly. I just don't.
Of course, they even had Machine Gun Kelly announce that John Cena was the underdog and saying that The Rock had a big ego. I'm like, John Cena underdog at this point? Yeah, right. I wasn't buying it back then, and I still don't buy it now. Right?
The Rock, the four biggest egos in the entire fucking, well, there was five, but four of the biggest that were in the WrestleMania of that year was Triple H, The Undertaker, The Rock, and Cena.
Yeah. And of course, Jones.
The big four of the biggest fucking egos that there ever was.
And the big four men that had the big two matches on this card, right? Of course, yes. after the song was over, being done performed, John Cena came out. Obviously, there was a lot of boos and some cheers here. This was John Cena polarizing main event figure still, where half the crowd hated him, half the crowd cheered him. Right?
Yeah.
Next we seen next we seen Florida come out and do his musical performances.
It's Flo Rida down Florida, god damn it.
Yes, I said the name on purpose.
Just because they were in Florida.
So yeah, Flo Rida went out there and sang freaking Good Feeling and Wild Ones. Both are actually pretty good.
Well, I liked Wild Ones and I liked Good Feeling, but those two are bangers in themselves, and they had the rock shit playing in the background.
Yep, and after the little mini concert from Florida was done, there I go again. The Rock made his entrance, and obviously everyone went wild for The Rock, right?
Yeah.
And me, I couldn't even tell you whose side I was on for this big match because I was kind of split because I liked both. It was pretty much at that point the PG era versus the Attitude era with his main event, right? Yeah, and then both were in the ring at this point, facing off against each other. So yeah, John Cena got introduced first. Obviously, a lot of boos. The Rock freaking got interviewed, and when the announcer Joseph Roberts said he's from Miami, Florida, everyone went crazy.
Just give me a sec. Someone knocked on my door.
Yep. Oh, shit. So, yeah, here we go. It's like the match started off with Rock and Cena face to face. It's like they turned to face the crowd to soak it up, the atmosphere, kind of like what Hogan and The Rock did 10 years prior. Right?
Yeah.
And referee Mike Yoder ringing the bell to start off this match. Right?
Yeah.
Of course, Rock had Cena in a headlock, but Cena reversed it with an armbar, and then The Rock didn't get a kip up and delivered 2 arm drags to Rock. And then The Rock did an inside cradle for a 2 count. Right?
Yeah.
Then Cena took a deep breath, make sure it was a 2 count. The referee didn't say 3, and he goes, yeah, it was 2. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then Cena took control with a side headlock to The Rock. And the fans are like going super nuts still at this point.
Yep.
And then Cena off the ropes, he kicked Rock in the chest, and then Rock then freaking came back with a punch to Cena. And then Rock did a double leg takedown on Cena, but Cena broke free and he escaped to the floor to regroup a bit on the outside. Once again.
Yeah.
It's like back in the ring, Cena drove Rock back first into the turnbuckle, followed by a shoulder tackle and a clothesline to Rock. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then Cena then sent Rock out of the ring with Cena, and then afterwards Cena sent Rock ribs first into the top barricade. Right?
Yeah.
Into the barricade, yep. And then Cena then sent freaking Rock ribs first into the commentary table on the outside. I'm surprised we haven't had a commentary table break at this point.
Yeah.
Cena then continued to work over the Rock's ribs with kicks, followed by a belly-to-belly side slam on the Rock here. Yeah, and then Cena then sent Rock into the ropes, leading to a bear hug submission hold on the Rock for over a minute. And of course, Rock broke out of that with a few punches and a DDT to Cena for a 2 count. Right?
Yep.
And then Rock then got the momentum going with punches and then nailed Cena with a leaping clothesline and a spine buster. Right?
Yeah.
And then Cena bounced back with Cena freaking bounced back, got on offense once again with 2 shoulder tackles, followed by a spinning side slam to Rock. Right?
Yeah.
Cena then hit a 5-knuckle shuffle to a big reaction. And yeah. Someone held in the sign that said if Cena wins, we riot sign returned. Once again for this one.
Yeah.
Last time we seen that sign was One Night Stand 2006, which we actually have to review also. So many good Easter eggs of past events we need to freaking look at, right?
Well, One Night Stand 2006 was decent.
Yeah, we're gonna have to review that one at some point, right?
Yeah, it was a decent show.
Yeah, and then Cena went for the attitude adjustment, or FU, depending on what you want to call it, but The Rock slipped out of it. And they did a double, and both Cena and The Rock hit a double clotheslines on each other to knock them both down. Right?
Yep.
The Rock and then Cena exchanged punches, and of course, The Rock got the momentum when he did the spit punch motion here. But Cena ducked it, and Cena hit a attitude adjustment, or FU, for the 1-2 ooh, as The Rock kicked out at 2. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like how the fact that it's 1-2 ooh.
1-2 ooh, yep.
You were about to say woo, and you're like, ooh. It's the 1-2 ooh.
Yeah, and the fans are going crazy at this point. And then Cena took his time getting back up. The Rock recovered, but The Rock then got up and then hit a rock bottom to Cena for a 2 count. So at this point in the match, both of them kicked out of each other's respective finishers.
Yeah.
Ugh. And The Rock freaking got the momentum going here. The Rock got the momentum going here with some elbows to Cena while Cena was up in the turnbuckle. But then Cena came back with the momentum, got the momentum back with a sidewalk slam. And then Cena then went up to the top rope, and he stood on the top rope for a while, waiting for Rock to get up to his feet, but then Cena then hit the leg drop from the top rope anyway on the Rock for a 2 count, right?
Yeah.
But then afterwards, Cena went for the AA or FU, whatever you want to call it. But The Rock held onto the rope to counter the move, and then The Rock then tackled Cena, leading to a tackle Cena down, which led to sharpshooter submission, which led to The Rock applying the sharpshooter onto Cena in the middle of the ring. And I have to agree with Bret Hart here. Looking at freaking goddamn The Rock apply the sharpshooter, it does not look good.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, anyone can counter The Rock's sharpshooter submission hold. At least Bret Hart made his submission hold look real. Like they were struggling to get out, right? And then Cena freaking was in agonizing pain, but he got to the bottom rope, which forced The Rock to break the submission hold, but Rock still continued offense on Cena, working over Cena with punches again. And then freaking back in the middle of the ring, Rock applied the sharpshooter submission hold again. Right?
Yep.
But Cena got to the bottom rope once again, because Cena ain't gonna give up.
Yeah.
Supposedly, right? And then The Rock then hit Cena with elbows to the chest while Cena was up on the apron. And then The Rock then whipped Cena into the steel steps onto the outside, followed by Rock going back into the ring to break the referee's 10 count, right?
Yeah.
Cena got back up, got onto the apron, did a shoulder tackle to the ribs, and a sunset flip, leading to Cena applying the FTF submission hold, right? Which was Cena's submission hold, right?
Yep.
Rock didn't manage to get near the ropes, but Cena freaking reapplied the move close to the middle of the ring. And, at this point, the Rock almost passed out. Mike Yoda, the referee, lifted the Rock's arm 2 times. But on the third attempt, the Rock kept his arm up. All the fans in the stadium roared their approval of that. Nowadays, you don't even see the freaking 3 arm spots. I mean, if they tried that today, the referee would automatically ring the bell. Right?
No, they still do it.
Not very often. Maybe for big matches like this, but not very often. Of course, eventually the Rock did get to the bottom rope to break the hold. Yeah, and the Rock possibly tapping out did look believable. Rock was in that submission hold for a good minute or 2. Right?
Yeah.
And then Cena got back up. Released the hold, obviously. Got back up. And then he charged towards the Rock, but the Rock reversed whatever move Cena had in mind and hit a Samoan drop onto Cena.
Yeah.
And then Rock freaking hit some punches, but Cena then came back with punches back and forth. And they wanted each other's finish. Both of them went for each other's respective finishers, but both of them got reversed on each other. So obviously they didn't connect with them, right?
Yep.
Of course, then Rock then hit his signature spine buster on Cena. And then the Rock set up for the People's Elbow, which the Rock connected the People's Elbow, and went to pin Cena following that, but Cena kicked out at 2. Right?
Yep.
Which shocked everybody, but the Rock then Cena then caught Rock with an inside cradle pin attempt for a 2 count himself. And then Cena then tripped up Rock, leading to a catapult onto the top rope for a pin attempt on the Rock for a 2 count again. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then the Rock then set Cena up for a superplex in the corner, but Rock fought back with punches and shoved Cena down off the rope. And then Rock then went up to the top, and then the Rock then hit a crossbody block, but Cena rolled through, thus reversing the move, and then Cena then picked Rock up over his head and hit an attitude adjustment, or FU, his finisher, for yet another 2 count as the Rock got his shoulders up. At this point, this match could have gone either way, right?
Yeah.
And everyone freaking was like, oh God, how could that not be it, right? I'm pretty sure they would have been satisfied if Cena got the win with that after that battle, right?
Yeah.
And then Cena then stood over the Rock's prone body here. Cena thought about the 5-knuckle shuffle, but this is when he got cocky. He instead decided, I'm going to take my armband off and go for the People's Elbow instead, ripping one of the Rock's most famous moves off. Right?
Yep.
So he attempted the People's Elbow. He bounced off the ropes, but then when he bounced back to the other ropes, the Rock actually got up, caught him in the rebound, and hit a Rock bottom for the 3 count.
Yep.
And here in the main event, the Rock defeated John Cena. Your thoughts on this main event?
It was decent. It was enjoyable.
Yep.
Did they have a banger match WrestleMania 29? Yes.
But a lot of people would say the WrestleMania 28 outing was better than the 29 one, considering The Rock got injured early on in that match. The following year after this. But that's for us to determine when we review WrestleMania 29 which one was better. Of course, The Rock was celebrating after the match, arm raised in the air, and then that's when they did the shot of John Cena just sitting there on the apron, or on the rampway, looking all depressed like, well, my career's fucked. Right?
Yep.
Looking all dejected and depressed. And the show went off air with The Rock celebrating on the turnbuckle, while the fans went crazy for The Rock's win. So yeah, that was WrestleMania 28, our review of it, but we still got one more thing to go. After talking about this excruciatingly long event, because this was about 4 hours here, we got to talk about, now we get to do our favorite, what I always say, our favorite part of the review, and that's our rating system at the end and final grade. Now, for the rating system here, I decided to add two new freaking things that I'm putting in my own rating. And you'll see one of them, because both of them occurred in this event. And this will just be for rare matches I think are good or really bad, to where they don't even deserve a number. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this first one fits the bill for one of them. Sheamus defeating Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. The rating I gave that one. The rating I give that one. The rating I personally give that one. Shit.
5-star.
It was shit.
It was 5-star.
You're the only one who got enjoyment out of it. No one else did. I'm not even giving this one a number rating. It gets a word rating, which is shit. Kane defeating Randy Orton, I give that one 3 3/4 out of 5.
Yeah, I give it a 4.
Yeah, you slightly enjoyed it more than I did. Big Show defeating Cody Rhodes to become the new Intercontinental Champion. I give that one 3.5 out of 5.
4.5.
Okay. Beth Phoenix and Eve. No. Kelly Kelly and Marina Menounos defeating Beth Phoenix and Eve. What the hell am I talking about? I gave that one 2.5 out of 5, and that's only because, I got to take into account Maria Menounos was, 1, not a wrestler, and 2, working injured. So I can't be too harsh on that one.
I give it a 3.5.
Yep. The Undertaker defeating Triple H in that end of an era Hell in a Cell match with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee to go 20-0. I can't give that one a number rating either, so I gave it a rating of GOAT, greatest of all time.
Infinity.
Which is practically what I just said. We're both on agreement with that. Right? Oh, your favorite match of the night. Team Johnny defeating Team Teddy. I gave that one 1.5, and that's being nice because of Booker T's involvement. Other than that, it was crap.
Trash.
Trash. What actual number score would you give it?
Trash.
So trash, 0 out of 5, whatever you want to call it.
Yes. I didn't like Team Johnny at all.
CM Punk defeating Chris Jericho to retain the WWE Championship. I gave that one 4 out of 5.
4.5.
Yep. And the main event, which saw The Rock defeating John Cena in their once-in-a-lifetime match, which just ended up being twice in a lifetime the following year. I gave that one 5 out of 5.
It's still 5 out of 5.
Yep. So with all that considered, it's like my final grade, all the matches up, because if I was just going to grade this show on the two main matches here, it would have easily gotten an A for me, but I got to take into account all the matches as a whole package. That's why my final grade for WrestleMania 28 is a B.
Yeah, it's a A for me.
Yep. And if you were going to go back and watch just one match from this event, I would highly recommend the Taker Triple H Cell match with Michaels as a referee.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to see another match besides that one, then the Cena Rock main event. Other than that, you really don't need to see any of the other matches on here. Of course, we all know your favorite match of the night was Team Johnny and Team Teddy. You admit it.
No, that was yours.
So, no, it wasn't. So that was our thoughts on WrestleMania 28. Now, here's a portion here at the very end where I reveal what we're going to be doing next week. But this Saturday, we got the 25 Royal Rumble event, which we're going to be reviewing and uploading on Sunday, the day after. So, you guys, for my next pick for the retro review here of Retro Pay-Per-View review, we're just gonna have to wait until the end of the 2025 Royal Rumble review. But my big hint of what it could be is it was history making, and it changed it changed the wrestling world from way back when.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will see you. We will see you we will talk to y'all in the 2025 Royal Rumble review, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Deuces.